Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
So yeah, the Top Gear Motorsport board game. It's a trivia-based game with absolute fuck ton of cards, more cards, and a few complications which make it a pain in the arse to play. So you have the game board, of course, which has track and dirt, so it's a rallycross game, I guess. Everyone has a helmet. So that make you think it's based off the stick, except there's no white one, and that's because this is based off old Top Gear, back when Quentin Wilson and Vicky Butler Henderson and Tiff Needell were on it, along with Jeremy Clarkson. It's still better than the show is now, but different anyway. So yeah, you pick a coloured helmet, a matching counter to go in your lap counter card. Everyone gets a slick tyre and a wet tyre card. They'll come into play later. Fuck ton of questions. So you'd think a game that is mostly based around trivia would be fairly simple. Roll the dice, move your piece, answer the question, get it wrong, get another go or something, I don't know. But this game is actually far more complicated than that because, as I mentioned, you get tyres. You get cards that change what tyres you're on. So for hot, dry weather. So if you're on wet and then this card is drawn, everyone has to go to the pits and change onto their slick tyres. There's cards like roll over that does damage. And it costs you fuel tokens, because fuel is another consideration in the game. There are red and blue ones. Why can't it just be a simple trivia game? Instead, you've got two sides to a rulebook. There's grid positions to start. The weather is decided, pole position, odds, number of races, where evens, it's not. Okay. 12. So it's not, it's dry. There's two pit lanes, which is strange. But the board does look like it's been randomly set up by someone at Top Gear, at least. So yeah, so the way the fuel works. So every turn, if you want to pay a red token, you can roll the red dice. Which has obviously got 20 on it. It's a D20. Roll the blue one, you get to roll a D6. So yeah, so you're going to have a go, you have to spend a token. So this is how the questions work. So we're going to start off, I'm going to use a blue card to start. I rolled a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I landed on a blue space. Right, forget that one. Some of them are picture cards. You read the clue. So his 1990 Formula 1 car was too small for him. If you guess that's Gerhard Berger, you pay another fuel token, have another go. If you don't know who it is and you say, oh, Emmanuel Pirro, you move back a space and get another clue. So Nigel Mansell was his first teammate at Ferrari. Again, if you answer Gerhard Berger, you're fine. You pay a token, have another go. If you're like, oh god, I ain't got a clue, could it be John Lacey? You go back to green and you get another clue. The 1986 Mexican Grand Prix was his first Formula 1 win. Surely by now you know it's Gerhard Berger, and then you continue. But some of these question cards are very, very hard. Even if you know who Achille Varzi is, how are you going to get that from he drove for Alfa Romeo after the war? There are others. You've got overtake cards, and some of these aren't too bad. You've got Jacques Villeneuve, won the Indy 500 in a Reynard. Does that narrow it down for you? And you've got overheating. Here you go, here's a good one. Who am I? He was nicknamed the Flying Mantawan. Mantawan, I don't know what that is. He drove for Auto Union immediately before the war. His greatest race was at Nürburgring in 1935 in an Alfa Romeo. He died in 1953 of a disease of the lungs. Have you guessed who it is yet? Obviously, It's Tazio Nuvolari. Didn't you know that? Now, I seem to remember a lot of people owning this board game, especially when I was younger. Everyone seemed to have a copy of this. I don't think I ever played it. And honestly, looking at it now, I'm pretty sure I know why. It sucks. Why have it... You know... They should have had difficulties. I don't know, I've got some unopened packs. Okay, so whose nickname was Jumper? Have you guessed that as Jean-Pierre Jarier yet? Unless you know every single thing about motor racing ever, whose nickname was Little Leaf? Stephanie Hansen, obviously. Which Formula 1 team was formed by Nick Worth? Simtech. I did actually know that one. But here's the thing is, trivia games should not be based on things I've accidentally read somewhere on Wikipedia once. This game, the trivia is very, very focused. Like, you have to know about motorsport to play this game. And then, why would you want all this fueling bullshit? Look at these fuel cards everywhere. And you got to worry about what tyres you're on, and you've got to do laps and count your laps. And I'm missing the black helmet. This game is just annoying. It's probably the worst one I've played. It's also the last one I own. So, if you want to see more, I'm happy to buy them off eBay and continue to play them, but for that I'm going to have to ask you to subscribe and leave a comment telling me which board games you like to play. Motorsport themed ones, of course. So with that, have a good one. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.